Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon and good evening. Welcome back to this playground at English Day. Alright, today let us learn about narrative text. What is narrative text? When we talk about narrative text, it cannot be separated with story and past experience. Most text, according to the object, people usually call it narrative. So, what is narrative text actually? Well, it's a text focusing on a specific participants. It is a piece of text which tells a story with complications and a problematic event with resolution and the problems. We can receive that narrative text is like sentences or someone with problem complication which make the condition getting worse, but then those problems will lead them to resolution that can make the condition get better than before. Jadi, apa narrative text? Narrative text adalah sebuah teks untuk menghibur. Well, we know about the definition of the narrative text right now. Okay, let's continue to the generic structure. Here's the generic structure. There are or almost all narrative text follows. The first one, orientation. You can call it is a position at the beginning of the story. Scene is set. The characters are introduced beginning of the story. The second part is complication. In the other name is called middle of the story. In this part there will be new problems which add conflict to the story and leads to climax. Whoa, it will be very great climax. The third part is resolution, or we call the ending of the story. In this part, the conflicts are solved. Well, hopefully, we have the definition and also the generic structure. There is another important things that we must know related to this kind of text in this connected to before with language use. Jadi struktur narasi atau narrative text yaitu yang pertama sebuah orientasi yang artinya pengenalan nama-nama karakter. Yang kedua yaitu complication atau kompilasi, yaitu kita di sana menemui sebuah masalah. Dan yang ketiga yaitu resolution. Di ending story atau cerita terakhir ini kita harus menemukan sebuah penyelesaian masalah. Language features. Every kind of text in English has their own language feature as well as narrative text. There is language used in narrative text. It uses a simple past tense. Well, you need to recall back to the beginning. The narrative text tells us about past experience, which means you must use simple past tense. Then it use figurative language and also progressive verb. Jadi bahasa yang digunakan dalam narrative text biasanya menggunakan grammar simple past tense. In narrative text, we tell about series of events. Why we must use figurative language, also progressive verb, and then it also use temporal conjunction because its sentences or paragraph are continuing each other, so there must be connection between those paragraphs or sentences. And also it uses dialogue to express attitudes, personality, and relationships. Okay, now I will give you an example about narrative text. Here it is. Did we miss something in this part? Because I feel that we're missing something very crucial. What is it? Of course, the function of narrative text, since its type of their own the purpose of function. Narrative text also has one too. The function or purpose of narrative text is first to tell a story of something or someone from the past events. Well, it's not only that. The second is function also to entertain the readers and listeners. Okay, that's about narrative text. Now, get up there and read about some narrative text. Happy reading! Jadi, itu tadi sebuah penjelasan mengenai narrative text. Semoga bermanfaat untuk kalian yang sudah menonton Playground. Jangan lupa kalau kalian suka dengan konten-konten kami, jangan lupa untuk di like. Oh ya, yang paling penting yaitu kalian harus mensubscribe. Terima kasih semuanya. Sampai jumpa untuk video selanjutnya. Goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.